Throughout history, the contributions of powerful women have been silenced, erased, or rewritten to fit a patriarchal narrative. In this series, we're uncovering the stories of women whose impact shaped the world. This is her story, reclaimed. Let's begin. She came to the hospital in pain. She left a legacy that reshaped science, medicine, and human history. And yet, no one told her. No one asked her. No one thanked her. This is Henrietta Lacks, a Black woman, a mother of 5, and the unwilling source of the most important cells in modern medical science. Born in 1920 in Roanoke, Virginia, Henrietta lived a quiet life, one full of faith, hard work, and family. She was a tobacco farmer, a wife, and a devoted mother raising her children in Turner Station, Maryland. In 1951, at just 31 years old, Henrietta went to Johns Hopkins Hospital complaining of pain and bleeding. Doctors discovered a tumor on her cervix and diagnosed her with an aggressive form of cervical cancer. She began treatment, but during that treatment, without her knowledge or consent, her doctors took samples of her cells and sent them to a nearby lab. They didn't tell her, they didn't ask. They were looking for something no one had ever found: human cells that could survive and multiply outside the body. In Henrietta, they found them. Her cells, later called HeLa cells, became the first immortal human cell line in history, and they changed everything. What did her cells help do? Develop the polio vaccine, advance cancer treatments, study HIV, COVID-19, and genetic diseases, enable in vitro fertilization, map the human genome, test the effects of radiation, chemo, and more. Her cells have gone to space. They've been cloned, commercialized, and used in over 75,000 scientific studies. They've built entire biotech empires, but Henrietta never knew. She died just months after her diagnosis on October 4, 1951. She was only 31 years old. Her final days were filled with pain. Her cancer spread rapidly. She died in a segregated hospital ward, cut off from her children, unaware that her body had already been turned into a scientific resource. Even in death, she was not treated as fully human. For over 20 years, her family didn't know that her cells had been taken, sold, and spread across the globe. They didn't find out until the 1970s. Even then, they were kept in the dark about the billions being made from her biology, while they struggled to afford health care. Henrietta Lacks was not a lab sample. She was a Black woman who deserved consent, dignity, and credit. And for decades, she got none of that. But thanks to the tireless advocacy of her descendants, her name is no longer a whisper in the margins. It's a demand for justice, for ethics, for recognition. She gave the world so much without even knowing it. So now we say her name loudly, repeatedly, intentionally. This is Henrietta Lacks. Her cells were immortal, and now so is her story. This is her story, reclaimed.